Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and in this video I'm going to be going over what went down in the Instant PvP weekend. Now this was an event organised by the Ascension team where everyone will be able to make instant level 60s, get free gear, free respecs and test out different PvP builds, and it culminated with a arena tournament organised by the Ascension team, and they gave away things like Spectral Tigers and the Book of Ascension for people with the best PvP builds and the people who won the tournament. So in the end it ended with a really nice tournament. Sadly I didn't get to watch any of it, but I heard that it was really good and the variety on show was actually quite promising. Now from my experience I logged on to the realm and it was absolutely packed. There were people everywhere, and this bodes really well because it obviously shows that a lot of people are interested in Project Ascension. They just can't be bothered to level in the beta, and I think that's fair enough. Not everyone has the time to level on a server that's going to be wiped at the end of it. But it was really great to see so many people come in and see what Ascension is all about. There was loads of people asking questions who were obviously new but loving their time in Project Ascension, and that's really great to see, especially as we get closer to release, more people picking up the hype and getting more people interested in the game. So I logged on and made a really quick build. I wanted to get straight in and get my 10 wins because I'm very busy at the moment with uni stuff, so I wanted to just get in and out, get my 10 wins and try out a few different builds on the way. So I made a kind of Shadow Hunter build that tried to use shadow stuff and then healing my pet using Fell Synergy and Mend Pet to give myself some good heals through Beacon of Light. It really didn't work. I thought it was a good idea, but it wasn't. So I tried that out and it didn't work, but I tried other builds as well. I made a healer build in the end and that worked quite well. It wasn't optimized at all, but no one else was really running healers, straight up healers when I first logged on, so it was quite good and got a lot of wins from that. But one thing that I really noticed to start with was the fact that not many Alliance were queuing up. I'm not sure if back in vanilla there was a massive horde dominance in PvP, especially with the human racial being so strong, but it seemed like a lot of the BGs were either like 10 horde, maybe 4, 5, 6 Alliance. And as the weekend progressed that did balance out and the Alliance did start owning towards the end, but at the beginning it was very easy to get into Battlegrounds and stomp the Alliance because there was hardly anyone there, and you'll see footage where there are hardly any Alliance in the Battleground at all. But still, it was great to see so many people running different builds. There was so much variety, it was crazy, and so much stuff which people hadn't tested before because they didn't want to waste gold on respecs on the beta server, so it gave people a lot of time to check out different synergies which they might not have wanted to test beforehand and see what works and what doesn't work. I'm sure in the future there's going to be a lot of different builds coming out on this servers which we are on at the moment because they managed to test out those builds on the Instant 60 server. So the builds which I saw that worked very well, there was obviously the Titan's Grip Wind Fury, mixing in instant cast spells with massive swords, and that worked very well for high burst damage. It was quite easily outdone if you popped some defensive cooldown when they used their burst, as it just didn't go through. And then there was the instant one-shot ambush build, which I got killed with so many times. I seem to get targeted quite a lot, and I got killed many a time by this one-shot ambush build, which is very frustrating, but it happens. Devs, nerf please. And there was also the massive fucking tank bear build which Life had made, which had 25k HP and was basically just a damage sponge, and rolling with thorns and retribution aura, people were killing themselves before they actually killed the person who had the bear form. So that was really cool to see. I don't really know what the counter is to something like that, but they can't put out much damage. It is basically just a damage sponge. A great flag capper actually. So there was a lot of variety going on. One thing which was really hard to find was spellcasters that used hard casted spells like Fireball and Frostbolt. None of that was really seen, which was a shame. Hopefully some people can come up with some good builds that utilise those abilities in the future, but for now those seem to be unpopular compared to instant cast spell builds, for example, which is understandable in PvP where you can be interrupted and kicked and silenced all the time. I then tried out some 2v2 arena. I got stomped by people with the instant casts. I'm not very good at PvP, by the way, so this experience was completely negated by the fact that I have very little PvP experience at all, but it was still good fun to do the arenas and the BGs just to try it out, and I really did enjoy it. even though it was slightly balanced towards the Horde when I did play, which probably aided my enjoyment of the experience. But it really did beg the question for me for the end of this weekend, is that something that people would like to see more of? Would people like to have a tournament realm alongside the additional levelling realms which people are going to have already? This is what I started questioning, because a lot of people were saying, I wish this server wouldn't end, I wish this beta server would not go down and we could play on this server all the time, because PvP is kind of a controlled environment and it's at its best where people have access to all the resources. So in Blizzard tournaments they use tournament gear, which is only available in tournaments, and this felt like a tournament realm where you could gear up your character exactly how you want, so you can spec your character for the PvP which you're going to be going into. So I'd really like to know down in the comments if you would like to see a tournament realm such as this on the Ascension client. I have no idea if this is something which they're thinking about, but it was something that I thought about, having a PvP tournament realm as well as a levelling realm with PvP on it, just as a side thought. So to sum up what I thought about the realm, there was quite a few bugs that I found, but they got reported, and a lot of bugs did get fixed throughout the weekend, which is really good to see. Things like Pom Pyro working properly towards the end of the weekend, which is good. A massive thing for me was seeing so many new people on the server and trying it out. The population was absolutely insane. Fitting everyone into that small room really kind of gave you the scale of it all. But yeah, that was really cool to see. It was good that they were fixing bugs. Great to play some PvP, and yeah, I had a blast, so I can't wait for the next Instant 60 weekend. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'd really like to know your thoughts on the tournament realm down in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.
I don't cross my T's, I don't dot my I's, I won't say pretty please, or speak in little while.